This video is to help you if you are a first, second, or third grader and you're really interested in moving up in levels in class. We kind of have things that we look for in dancers when we choose them to be ready for a competition level class. One, and the most important, is having good attendance in your dance classes. Are you coming to class every week? Are you being a good listener? And do you have good memory retention? That means, can you remember your routine that you're learning in class when you go home and do it by yourself without having to watch anybody? So the best way to show us that you're ready is by really knowing your recital dances and coming to class every week. So this video is going to help you with a checklist for your jazz skills to be ready to move up to that next level. So we're going to go through 8 or 9 skills that you need to be executing correctly. So these are some jazz skills that we look for. Your first skill is a chaîné turn. Out, together, out. Out, together, out. So we're looking for strong arms and not wavy noodles. We're looking for straight knees when you turn and turning with your feet together while you're holding your pizza. So see the strength you want to use in your arms when you turn? So we don't want you to turn like this. We want to be nice and strong and straight knees and on the highest releve you can get on. Releve needs to rise. So chaîné turn is one skill we're looking for. The next skill is a pivot turn. So a pivot turn is a little easier. You step and you turn, step and turn, push and turn, push and add your arms, step and turn, step and turn, step and turn, step and turn. And that's your pivot. The next step is a lindy. Now when you do a lindy, you want to stay on your toes. Sha, say, ball, change. Sha, say, ball, change. Lindy, lindy. See how high I'm pushing up? And my arms are straight in a T. So make sure they're out and they cross and you're staying on your toes. So that's a lindy step. The next step is very important and it's harder. It's called a pirouette. So that turn turns on one foot. So if you've been working on these in your jazz classes or been introduced to them in your first grade class, something that you really should focus on. So it's going to be your right foot in the back. And you turn over your right shoulder and land out. So make sure you're turning over your right shoulder. And then this arm goes around. And then you stop to the front. Plie and forth, pirouette and land. Plie and forth, pirouette and land. Your knee comes up really high. It attaches to your foot attaches to your knee. And you're turning nice and high in your releve. So something good to help that is in your ballet classes, doing lots of releves. So make your ankles strong so you can go up high in your turn. The next step is a grapevine. That one you also need to stay on the balls of your feet and not step like this. Out, behind, out, together. Out, behind, out, together. Out, behind, out, together. Out, behind, out, together. And then your jazz square. Up, over, back, back. Up, over, back, back. Jazz square. Jazz square. Good. Our next one is some kicks. So we want to be able to see that you have the potential to kick your leg up nice and high. So your fan kick should be nice and round over the chair, and your knee should be nice and straight as soon as it comes off the floor. So that's a bent leg. We want a nice straight leg. And you're standing up really tall. And then you can have a side kick. So what really helps with that is having flexibility. And that's another thing that we look for. Can you do one of your splits all the way to the floor? That helps all your other dance moves, your kicks and your leaps. So you've got to have good flexibility to be able to learn those harder skills. So stretch every day, all the way down in your split, and try to put your arms up. And you can lay down on your leg. You can also try to put a pillow underneath you until you can go all the way down to the floor. So keep stretching, that's very important. Even it will hurt a little bit right in your hamstrings, but if you do it gently, it will gently stretch that muscle. The last thing we look for is potential. Potential to do some of these harder skills, like leaps and jumps. So a split leap or a jeté is one thing we look for also. So you want to be able to step, ball chain, and get those legs up in the air and nice and straight. And then you can also do lots of different jumps. There's a toe touch where you bring both your legs out. That's what we look for, especially in sparks. And then there's lots of other jumps, but those are more for our level 2s. So leap is probably the most important thing if you're looking at going into our first competitive level, and all those other jazz skills we talked about. In addition to paying attention in your ballet class, really working on your bar exercises and your pliés for strong legs. When we choose girls for competition level classes, ballet is required because ballet is a foundation for all other forms of dance. It helps you learn posture, strength through pliés, ankle strength and learning to point your feet through tendus, and strength and coordination and posture and grace. So whenever you can add a ballet class to your classes, it's good to do. There's a lot of YouTube ballet classes that we've added, so feel free to take one and work on some of those skills on your own. So if you have any questions, just send me an email, and if there's anything that you want to work on, if you have a request for any other skills, let me know and we'll put it on our YouTube channel, fawdance@gmail.com. So keep working at home. Bye. Let's go over those jazz skills with some music. Sinead turn. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pivot turn. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pivot. Turn. Lindsay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pirouette. Grapevine. 5, 6, 7, 8. Jazz square. 5, 6, 7, 8. on those